Stop typing that sales email now. Do one easy check to Astound. Hi, it's Charles Pulaski, freelance copywriter. I'm back with another amusing and let's go into this about sales emails. There is one part of an email, and there is a new email that just came in. There is one part of an email that is most important. It is also one of the shortest and quickest to tweak. Follow some simple tips and your marketing email open rates will jump. We sometimes forget every email mystery item is a pitch. Daniel Pink, author to Sell is Human. What is this one powerful email item I'm keeping a mystery? How do you tweak it successfully? Let's first learn the crazy origin story of this mighty email element. Hey, would you like to create an electronic mail system? Asked the mad scientist. He's got the white lab coat. His forehead stands out thanks to a receding hairline. Thick sideburns run down the sides of his face. They're the kind popular in the 1970s. You replied to the madman, yeah, because why not? It's 1978. You're a 14-year-old boy. You're growing up in what some term the worst city in America. Its name, Newark, New Jersey. The smell of cigarette smoke is everywhere. You think this particle physicist possibly wants to send electricity through paper. The man crazily trusts you, and his name is Les Michelson. He's starting a computer lab at the University of Medicine and Dentistry of New Jersey, UMDNJ, now part of Rutgers. How did you end up here? A mere 8 years ago, you were living in the slums of Bombay, now Mumbai, officially, India. Thankfully, your parents moved the family to Paterson, New Jersey, USA in 1970. You excelled at school and graduated high school at 14. Then an NYU computer professor selected you and 39 other high school students for an intense 8-week course in computer languages. You do amazingly well. You now know 7 computer languages. Your mom, Meenakshi, is a mathematician working at UMDNJ. She introduces you to her mad scientist colleague, Dr. Michelson, who's working on computers. Mom thinks this will help you continue your adventures in computing. Les brings you into the university computer lab. It's just a tiny room with a small computer and a big HP mainframe. Look, I want you to go observe how people send out mail, Les explained. This was back when each doctor had secretaries type out physical interoffice memorandums on paper. Then they'd stuff them into those famous yellow tan manila envelopes. Michelson continued, your job is to convert that into an electronic format. Nobody's done that before. So you go and study everything about these memorandums. They have memorandum at the top, followed by to, from, the subject line, sometimes referred to as he or re, the body, and then any carbon copies, blind carbon copies or attachments. For the next 3 years, you take what works in the physical world. You turn this into a computer program system called email in all caps. The older scientists in the computer department welcome you unconditionally. They make you a full member of the computer team at UMDNJ. They let you lead the email project and do all the computer coding. You flourish in this environment. You finally got a patent in your name for email in August 1982. You are Shiva Ayadurai, and you've invented email. One significant element Shiva included in his invention is the subject line. It rose from decades of trial and error. The 20th century saw billions of interoffice memos. The subject line emerged as a critical element of the memorandum. Your memo needed to get the attention of the recipient. It needed to describe the contents accurately. Senders made sure not to annoy a recipient by falsely advertising what was inside. The memo was competing with stacks of other papers in their inbox. The subject line has also become essential to email. Now we have digital stacks of email competing for attention. Many overlook the subject line. Lucky for you, it's short and easily tweaked for the better. It's the reason your emails get opened, ignored, or deleted. I've been sending emails since the early 1990s. I still have my first email account from then, or them. Then, thank you Yahoo Mail for providing me that email these years. I've been hit over the head with tens of thousands of marketing emails over the years. As a freelance copywriter, I've been studying copywriting, email copywriting as well, for some time. Most of the courses and discussions of email marketing only briefly cover the humble subject line. I wanted to dig deeper. Subject lines are specialized versions of a headline. Headlines are critical to copywriting. Quote, on the average, 5 times as many people read the headline as read the body copy. When you have written your headline, you have spent 80 cents out of your dollar. Unquote. David Ogilvy, legendary copywriter. Ogilvy and other expert copywriters know that the headline is 4 times as important, at minimum, as the rest of the copy. So it's time to respect the subject line. It's the first thing a prospect sees when diving into their inbox. The first job of your sales email is to get them to open it. The subject line does most of that work. Let's assume subject lines are essential. Great. How do you quickly polish your subject line? Here are 3 actions to take. Number 1, smother as much sauce onto your subject line as possible. S-A-U-C-E. That's specific, be precise, and target your audience. Actionable, promise a benefit from a simple action. Urgent, they must act quickly. Clear, make it readable. Use something like the free Hemingway app. Emotional, stir feelings that drive action. So that's the S-A-U-C-E. Specific, actionable, urgent, clear, emotional. Number 2, use a subject line headline analyzer. There are several free and paid options. Search for email subject line analyzer. These various tools will offer a range of advice on many things. Your email will be better for using them. Here are some things they'll cover. Look to use certain words. Avoid many other words. Character count's important. Don't go too long. The subject line will get cut off when viewed in the inbox. Word count is also important. Some say aim for about 3 to 7 words. Emoji count is one many don't consider. Some experts say to use 1 and only 1 emoji. Make it related to a word in your subject line. An emoji will help your email stand out and get opened. Too many emojis can be confusing or look spammy. Be careful though. Emojis can look wildly different across different email programs. The type of case affects opening as well. Title case works best. All caps is the worst. A numeric number like just the number 2 improves things. And number 3, ensure your subject line delivers on its promise. You can promise the world in your subject line and get a great open rate. But if you don't deliver that promise, your email list will make you pay in various ways. They may unsubscribe. They may send angry replies. And they might roast you on social media. With all that said, remember that rules are made to be broken. But there are many clever ways to craft a subject line that can work. But the 3 actions above will serve you well in boosting email open rates. Heed the wisdom of copywriting legends like David Ogilvy. They know the importance of a strong headline. An email subject line is a particular type of headline, and you must put some thought into them. Heed the wisdom. Oh yeah, we already did that line. Now next, keep in mind the time-tested importance of a subject line. Billions of physical memorandums during the 20th century attest to this. Recall the brilliance of a mad scientist named Les. He knew to take what works in the physical world of memorandums and ask a 14-year-old to convert that into digital form. Recollect that teenage computer genius Shiva, who ran with that division. Shiva carefully studied physical mail. He knew the importance of a subject line and included it in his invention of email. And finally, about Charles Polanski, me. I'm a freelance copywriter. I specialize in crafting words that sell for P2P SaaS and software companies. Get a free assessment of an email, where I'll also share my favorite email subject analyzer tools. Just go to www.chuckski.com/contact/free and enjoy and have a good day.